I was diagnosed with leukemia in 2001, and it was a very resistant leukemia. What led up to my initial hip surgery was I was on high-dose prednisone for 3 years. My hip became osteonecrotic, and I had to have an original hip resurfacing in 2007. The surgery that I had this last December was a revision of that primary procedure. I was an advocate for myself, and I think it was incredibly beneficial. I had had some conversations with the surgeon leading up to the procedure about ZIP, and I knew that it was a product that he was familiar with and comfortable with and had some exposure to. I was happy and not surprised to see that when I woke up from my procedure and saw the incision for the first time, that he had used ZIP. ZIP is a non-invasive wound closure device that's intended to replace sutures and staples. Using ZIP, there's no puncture, and so it helps to sort of reduce that risk of infection and bacteria around the surgical site. And the incision looked great. I looked like it was 2 weeks out, to be totally honest. I had, almost no drainage on the incision. It was married up well, and it felt great. It wasn't uncomfortable at all. I honestly had no real pain around the incision. It wasn't itching me. It wasn't bothering me at all, which I know are some of the things that can come along with suture and staples. I've had staples on my hip before. I can tell you it's incredibly uncomfortable. It just felt a lot better knowing that I had a non-invasive wound closure on my hip. The maintenance of the incision was really easy, and I just changed it out on my own every couple of weeks. And each time the dressing had minimal drainage, everything looked really, really good throughout the entirety of the recovery. And then at about 5 weeks out, I just took the ZIP off at home by myself and sent the surgeon a picture of my incision, and it looked great. So I'm about 6 months out, and I would say at month 2, I started doing more impactful aerobic activity. I do about 30 minutes on a stationary bike every single morning, and things that I didn't think would really be possible. I feel incredible for being 6 months out of a total hip revision. I knew that I wanted to go to somebody that was comfortable with Stryker products, that was a champion of Stryker products, and wanted to use the latest and the greatest technology. And I just knew that the products that he was going to be using that day were going to work, which is the most important thing, and were going to give me the best chance of a great outcome. I'm incredibly proud to be a Stryker employee for so many different reasons. I think when patients look at Stryker, they understand that we've got great products, and we do. We've got the best products in the world. I think we're the best medical device company in the world. Now I've experienced it as a patient. It's just the realization that what you're doing matters, and it has a real impact on patients at the end of the day, and it's just that much more real when it's yourself. Overall, I'm incredibly happy with my surgeon, with the procedure itself, and my experience with ZIP.